Hello there and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Mamina is my name and thank you for being here with me today. Today I thought I will do something differently. In front of me I have 10 fragrances from 10 different houses, and these 10 fragrances were my firstborns. With other words, they were the very first to ever enter my collection before their siblings followed. So before we start though, as always, please like this video, become part of the family, subscribe to the channel, and let's have fun. First on the list though is none other than Vanille Leather by BDK. This fragrance is, like the name suggests, a vanilla and leather fragrance. I was definitely influenced to buy this, like most of us, by none other than Sharita M. I swear to you not, there was a time Sharita just couldn't shut up about this. She went on and on and on and on. I ended up just like blindly buying it. I believe I paid full price at the time. Yeah, it was fairly new. I did not like this in the beginning. I didn't hate it either. It was just, I don't know. Maybe I didn't understand it because at the time my nose wasn't nowhere to where it is now. I mean, I still do not have a professional nose. I call it professional, but I feel like now I enjoy this better. I mean, I try, you see. I have a little dent. Can you see the dent? I have a little dent. I've worn this a few times. I think at the time when I wasn't really sure about it. Am I gonna get rid of this? No. Why? Because now I feel like everything has settled down. I even get like a little bit of patchouli, barely though, like don't feel the patchouli in here. There is violet and pink pepper on top, a little bit of jasmine, tuberose for sure, soft leather. I will even call the leather luxurious, and of course the vanilla. I'm glad I waited. I feel like when it comes to fragrances in general, it doesn't have to be Middle Eastern. Most fragrances also just need to, sit, mess with, or not. Just put them in a dark place in your closet, give them some time, forget about it, and then come back. Not necessarily a year later. In my case, it's been almost a year. So, oh my God, I don't know what it is with me and the note of leather. Oh, it's my thing. It's just my thing. So I'm glad I held on to this, and come fall and winter this year, I'm definitely pulling this out. So this again is Vanille Leather by the house of BDK. My very first baby to enter my collection. My first newborn from the house of Parfums de Marly was none other than Cassili. I don't think I show Cassili enough love on this channel. When I tell you this is my number one Delina, I kid you not. Oh my God, I love this baby. I love her so much. Maybe that's why I don't wear too much. Cassili, I see myself repurchasing her over and over and over and over. This baby is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I see myself getting rid of, or like once I go through my Delina and her sisters, I don't think I'm going to replace them. One of the reasons is also because there is a rose note in here that kind of like carries a little bit of the Delina DNA. And to me, I feel like I have Delina also in Cassili. Even though this opens with a plum note, I don't know, maybe it's the color of the bottle that's kind of deceiving, because in my head, I smell peach. But there's no peach in here, at least not listed. There's also, oh, this doesn't open with a note of plum. It does have a note of plum in the middle, but it's not in the opening. I'm just looking at the notes. It opens with red currant, floral notes, and Bulgarian rose. Middle notes are plum, frangipani. What does it? Pedalia and mimosa. And then base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Oh my God, I've had this for about a year, or maybe a little bit over a year, I think. The longevity is decent. This is not a beast mode, not a powerful scent. I feel also like sillage is moderate, but I don't care. Maybe now after a year, it would last a little bit longer. I have yet to wear it this year. Like some of these fragrances, I don't know. I just put the bottle somewhere back to, like, somewhere in the back, and I don't get to see them. Like I have to rotate my fragrances so I can see everything, everybody, basically all of my babies. I love Cassili. Cassili will forever be my #1 Delina. So this again is Cassili. Baccarat Rouge 540 was not my first fragrance from this house. It was actually none other than Soir. I was definitely influenced to buy this. It wasn't because the person talking, I don't even remember who it was. I just remember that I was watching somebody here on YouTube, and this girl said that Soir to her smelled like, there's this body mist by Victoria's Secret. It's my favorite body mist of all time. She said Soir to her smelled like Amber Romance by Victoria's Secret. When I tell you I didn't walk, I ran. I didn't care for a discount. I don't know. I may have gotten 15% off because I got this from Nordstrom. And it was my very first purchase from there. So I believe I got 15% off, which it's really not a lot. It's almost like paying full price. So when I got it, and I was like, she lied. Don't get me wrong. This smells good. And for the longest, Soir was actually the only thing in my collection that smelled like this. Oh, I still love this. But to me, my nose and Soir does not smell like Amber Romance by Victoria's Secret. I enjoy this. I also noticed that I enjoy lavender in fragrances. Oh my God. I don't know if I am mature, my nose is mature enough to say this is one of the best amber fragrances in my collection. She's definitely unisex, so I will suggest to sample before you buy, because this one, not only is it unisex, but it also leans a little masculine, so but that doesn't bother me. So good. So yes, Soir was my first my first fragrance from the house of Maison Kurkdjian that I ever purchased. Even though I was planning on getting Sunshine. Sunshine was supposed to be my very first bottle from the house of Amouage, but it ended up not being Sunshine. It ended up being Guidance. One of, if not the most polarizing scent in my collection. When I tell you I love this baby, love is an understatement. Guidance is one of the few bottles in my Amouage collection that I actually sampled before I purchased. When I was preparing for this video, I actually came across this sample that I had purchased from either Twisted Lily or Lucky Scent. I don't remember. It was one of them. So this is the sample. I still have it. And look, I still have a little bit in there. And it was love at first sniff. I didn't even have to wear and finish the whole thing. I got this straight from Neiman Marcus, and I believe at the time I paid full price. Or I participated in spend more, save more. I believe that's what I did, and I ended up saving 25%. But I also went for the full of like literally max amount. I don't remember, like I have a whole bunch of other fragrances I ended up purchasing just to reach the max amount to get the 25% off. This was like in the beginning of me collecting fragrances. So I didn't know anything about discounters, but now I know better. I always say guidance is me in a bottle. This is my baby. This is my baby. I love guidance. I love guidance. And I hope my nose never changes to the point where I cannot stand this one day. No. I think this is also one of the reasons I don't like to overuse it, because I don't want to get sick and tired of her. So, yeah. So, this again is Guidance. And Guidance was the first to ever enter my collection. My firstborn from the house of Amouage. Next on the list is the house of Xerjoff. My very first purchase ever from the house of Xerjoff was La Capitale. La Capitale was not a blind buy. As a matter of fact, I had purchased a 10 ml, something like this, because it also came from Sense Angel. And I fell in love right away. I am not one to wait until I finish off. When I love something, I want it, especially sometimes you come across certain discounts, and if I wait until I finish my decant, the discount may not be there by the time, you know. So I'm just like, I'm very impatient. I want something, I want it right here and right now and right there. So before I finished my decant, I remember one day I wore this to work, and one of my customers, she asked me, "What are you wearing?" And I told her like what I was wearing, and then she kept saying, "Oh my God, here, right here, like you, this is you here." She was there with her husband, and she was like, I need this, like send me the name, like everything, all of the information about it. I want to purchase it. She just couldn't stop talking about it, and I remember I had maybe a little bit less than here, what I have in this decant. So I ended up just like, I gave her my decant. So I want to tell you, I love this. This is, it's delicious. I guess my love, now that I've been, oh, I can smell it. Now that I've been enjoying the note of leather or suede, lip denim, like anything leathery, soft leathery, not car seat leather, but you know, it's just leather in the most soft, luxurious way. Maybe it started with La Capitale. I actually feel bad for spraying it on a tester strip, but it's too late. I should have just sprayed it directly on my skin. Only because this is a small bottle. This is a 50 ml. Unfortunately, it only comes in this size. So you cannot get this bigger. So it has a beautiful caramel note, strawberry, peach. It has so many leather. Well, let me just go through the notes because I have it right here in front of me. So La Capitale opens with strawberry, caramel, peach, and lip denim. Middle notes are leather, amber, saffron, ginger, and rose. And then in the base, there is bourbon, vanilla, and benzoin. I think this is so well blended. Sillage. The central that this baby here leaves, and it lasts a very long time. Like, she checks all boxes. Oh my God. Yeah, so absolutely no regret. La Capitale was my firstborn from the house of Xerjoff. Creed was one of my first niche purchases. So I remember I had purchased something from Neiman Marcus. It was a big order that came with a lot of samples. And as soon as I sprayed this sample, this took me back home to the Congo, Africa. And this fragrance was none other than Carmina by Creed. When I tell you I love Carmina, this cherry rose perfume right here gets me every single time. This is my number one. Fétiche La Rose is good, but Carmina to me is good. Like, good. I remember I fell in love with the sample. At the time, Carmina was fairly new. I tried to find a discount. There was no discount. I ended up getting it from either Twisted Lily or Lucky Scent with 15% off, which still feels like I paid full price. I think it came down to like $371. Because the full price for this is, I believe, is still $445. Now you can get this on discount for around $200. But when I first got it, and I try not to use it much. I have a little dent. Can you see my dent? Yeah, there's a little dent. It's not big, but yeah. I mean, now that I also have Fétiche La Rose, I can like try to give that one a little bit more wear. But Carmina will forever be my number one rose cherry or rose black cherry perfume in my collection. She takes me back home. She reminds me of a drink, a soda that we used to drink as children back in the day. It just, yeah, I have childhood memories associated with Carmina. So that's why Carmina is not going anywhere. She was my firstborn. Now she has many other siblings, but she was the first that ever entered my collection. So this again is Carmina by the house of Creed. Some don't consider this next house a niche house. I think it's a niche house. I mean, you know, we can just agree to disagree. And this next perfume also was my very first, or among the very first to enter, like the beginning of my, or one of my first niche bottles in my collection. I am talking about the house of KAYALI. And yeah, it was this purple bottle. Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. That was the first to ever enter my collection. Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar was a blind buy. I saw the notes online. Nobody influenced. Oh, syrup is sweet. I think she got even sweeter. Look, the juice got darker. The juice is now a bit darker than when I first got here. This baby is at least a year old. At least. I still love her though. This is a definition of being young but not juvenile, because one thing I love about Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar is how playful she is. The key notes for Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar, the notes are right here in the back, so it's easy for me to just read them out loud. You have candied pear, which you will smell like literally right away. Sweet violet, bubblegum, white caramel, rock sugar, and vanilla cream. Luckily, I don't smell the bubblegum because I don't want to smell like bubblegum. She is sweet, like sugary, syrupy sweet, but delicious. And this is one of KAYALI's long-lasting fragrances. She lasts a long time and she packs a punch. The Sillage, this one leaves behind, ooh, it's a loud screamer. It's good. She's good. But, I also have to admit, I don't wear this as much as I used to, only because I think now she has become a little bit too sweet. I layer her, just like most of KAYALI fragrances. She's really good to layer with because she's so playful, like most of KAYALI fragrances. But yeah, so Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar was my firstborn from the house of KAYALI. My love for oud started actually with the house of Initio. I remember watching Demi talking about oud for greatness, and the way it was just like something about the way she was talking about it that made me curious. So I actually ended up purchasing a sample, a whole 10 ml, which I still, like I said, when I like something, I don't finish it. I still have it. I save it for traveling, even though I don't go anywhere. So if see, I still have I have a little dent. So this is Oud for Greatness. I remember I fell in love. I sprayed it without looking at the name because I took it out, I sprayed it, and I went like, oh my God, this is so good. And then I was like, what is it? What is it? As you can see, since Angel doesn't put the name on the decants, they just put the name on the box. This is like, you can barely see this. Oops. Yeah. So when I looked at the name and I saw this was Oud for Greatness, I really went like, this is an oud fragrance? Like, I was surprised only because most people, especially women, don't like oud. So I was just like so surprised that I ended up falling in love with Oud for Greatness. Can we give it up for the bottle? How beautiful, how pretty is this bottle? Oh, I love it. I love the bottle. I love the juice. And this also is another one that doesn't go anywhere. This baby is long lasting. Long lasting. And I love it so much. Oh, I smell saffron. This is a very strong saffron in here. And you know what? I think the saffron in here is reminiscing of Baccarat Rouge 540. I didn't get the reference in the beginning. Yep, there's definitely a Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA in here. I also don't wear this as much as I used to. Not because I fell out of love. No, not at all. My collection has just like exploded. It's so big. For Greatness opens with saffron, nutmeg, and lavender. In the middle, there is agarwood, oud, and base notes are patchouli and musk. So you also have a little bit of a freshness in here. I don't get the patchouli. It's just like in the background. It's very well blended though. I don't think I'll ever run out of this bottle. Oud for Greatness by the house of Initio was the very first from this house to ever enter my collection. Bond number 9. I didn't know anything about it. I just saw the price was so good and I was just like, you are going to be my first Bond number 9 fragrance. So, and this was none other than So New York. I don't even think I've ever seen anyone talk about So New York. And while I was preparing for this video, I realized I actually forgot about this bottle because she also was somewhere all the way in the back. Like, this is a gourmand. Gourmand. I cannot wait to wear this fall winter. Oh, I smell something chocolatey, like chocolate or cacao. A little bit, something a little bit fruity. This is delicious. I don't remember, maybe I've worn this once, but I don't have much memory when it comes to this bottle, so New York. It's a pretty bottle, right? Isn't it? It is a pretty. I know a lot of people don't like the bottles from this house. Let's look at the notes. So New York opens with Mirabelle Plum. Oh, there is coffee in the middle. And then base notes are cacao and powdery notes. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, baby. I promise I'll take you out away from the back so I can finally wear you. I love gourmands. So New York was my firstborn from the house of Bond number 9. Last but not least, this next perfume, I have a love-hate relationship. So this particular one used not to be in the box, but because I loved it so much when I first got here, and then with time, there is something inside here that started bothering me. But this perfume was also part of my huge Neiman Marcus haul that I try to receive the max percentage on savings. So this is from the house of Le Liquide Imaginaires. And I'm talking about none other than Blanche Bete. Blanche Bete was literally one of my first ever niche purchases, not only from the house of Le Liquide Imaginaires. Oh, look at the color of the juice. She's getting darker and darker and darker. I remember I was on the phone with my mom when UPS rang. And I ran downstairs. I got the box. It was Blanche Bete and something else. And I remember spraying Blanche Bete. And I went like, oh my God, this is good. Oh my God, this is yummy to my mom. My mom was like, what is it? What is it? And I'm like, this new perfume I just bought. It smells so good. I kept getting on her nerves because I kept like raving about it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. OMG, OMG, OMG. My mom was like, I'm not there to smell it. So you cut it out or, just hang up the phone so you can enjoy your perfume. It was so, so, so good. It was, now that I'm smelling it, I don't think I'm smelling that note that started bothering me. Okay, let me spray this on my skin. I know there is it's a very tonic. Oh, this is delicious. Let me look up the note. Blanche Bete opens with milk, ambrette, and mystical. Middle notes are tuberose, jasmine, incense, and mahogany. Base notes are vanilla, musk, tonka bean, and cacao. I don't know if... Maybe it went away. Ooh, my love is going back. Yes, Blanche Bete. Yes, yes, and yes. Oh. And this is the perfect time for me to wear Blanche Bete. Oh yeah, maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. So this again is Blanche Bete by Le Liquide Imaginaires. We have come to the end of this video. If you're still here with me, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I get to see you in my next one. Until then, take care.